Dear learners, after planning, we learn how to plan and what to plan. Now, search. How to search? Have a very good homework regarding what type of sources to be searched and where to be searched. In which depth the literature should be collected and compiled. The depth of knowledge to be covered is very important to define or to scale. Otherwise, it will be very difficult to handle the things and to pinpoint whatever we are focusing. The vital inputs of supervisor. Experience survey, we discussed. Experience survey is very important because it might not be the case, it might not be possible for the student to judge each and everything. So the input from the supervisor is very important with respect to the searching strategy, planning the searching strategy and searching the things. The quality sources must be identified and only the quality things must be searched. Now define, but in this searching it is very necessary to define the breadth and depth of the literature to be covered with respect to the subject, nature of subject and level of subject. Depending on that definition, that defining the things is very, very important. As we know that it would be the condition like sink or swim. If it is not decided timely, your literature review will sink. You need to take the information, swim the thing, take the pulse and come out of that ocean of knowledge. Avoid sinking. For that, you have to define breadth and depth of the knowledge to be collected or to be covered. As far as the length criteria is concerned, there are no thumb rule for length and it varies depending on the subject, level and scope of the study. The length of a PhD literature review may be the entire length of PG dissertation. Recall, what was the total length of PhD thesis of Einstein? We mentioned in very first module of the course. Please do recall. In general, for short research dissertation, literature review may be 5 to 6 pages long with 1500 to 2000 words, while for PhD it generally ranges from 8 to 10,000 words or more. But again, depends on the subject, type of topic, level, scope. Now it's a choice of yours to begin offline or directly start the online search. So it depends on you whether you want to start with the offline or directly move to the online search. So we will focus firstly, what is the offline search? Offline search begins from your institutional library, from your departmental library. Begin with the text and reference books. Literature collection should be commenced from the theory part, from books, and then from the research and review papers of journals available in the departmental or institutional library. Refer official or regulatory books. In the next step, related encyclopedias and pharmacopoeias or other official books should be referred for understanding the basic concepts. Referring and searching should be done with good planning. Encyclopedia may have huge knowledge, but you have to pinpoint. Start with one end of a string. Start with one end of a string. I am emphasizing this thing because a particular journal should be taken once and all its available issues should be searched. Take your textbook, go to reference book, then see articles, then go to the major cross-reference. You cannot start searching at random. You will have to take the things one by one, go sequentially, then you will be clarifying the things. Otherwise, your literature review will sink. So avoid sinking of your literature review. Next is record properly. While searching, if any important article is found, note down its reference, author, title, journal, year, volume, issue, page number, and properly note them down in your notebook. Next is compile. When scanning of one journal is finished, then collect the issues in which articles of interest have been identified and get the article xeroxed. Now move to the next journal. In the same way, hard copy of important articles must be studied exhaustively. Take them home, read them, underline them, highlight them. It is very important when you study from the hard copy. However, it is the era of laptops and all the online things. But hard copy, studying from hard copy, underlining the things, triggers your ideas, triggers new ideas. It helps you to understand better. And after discussing the things, after observing the things in the articles, discuss them with that Xerox paper, that hard copy in your hand, with your collaborators, with your supervisor. Show them, discuss them the things. And this is the way how the literature review is processed into the body of knowledge. Next is searching abstracts physically. To refer compilation of abstracts like Manual of Aromatic Plant Abstracts, MAPA, Indian Science Abstracts, ISA, it is very helpful and time saving. And most of the libraries have the subscription of these in physical form. So after a particular abstract of importance is identified from these, the same can be then traced from that journal's database. However, many of these abstracts are also available online in which you can search rather more easily. But you can begin offline in the earlier stage so that it would be helpful for you to take the first string. It is important to take first string in your hand. Then you can keep on going for the higher levels of knowledge. Now the next kind of offline resources are old theses and records or reports. In the universities, we have the old theses in the institutional libraries. However, there are various platforms developed by the government, if you know. However, we will discuss them separately. But the platforms are available in which the compilation of the online form of the thesis is available. But there are university institutions, many institutions are there in which the theses are lying in the almirahs, still waiting to be explored, waiting to be reviewed, waiting to be referred. Go to your library, search these theses. It will help you to plan your work in the practical way in your institutional limitations or in the available resources of your institution. This gives you practical orientation to your research work. And most importantly, a ready reference of cross-reference will be given to you by these theses. So search the references which you found in the thesis and then keep on searching them with the online in the next stage. Now the next stage is online mode. Online searching. What are the online searching? So being time consuming, the offline method is almost outdated now, and the searching which used to be done in the libraries, institutional library, you are going to a library physically and then searching the things, can be done, which the work which was done offline in 6 months can be done in 6 days. So the online search is very fast and can save the time. Check from your librarian if you have institutional access of the major databases like Scopus, Web of Science, etc. If yes, explore it. If you do not have the access to these paid services, explore the PubMed. We will discuss it later. But it is exclusively for the biomedical sciences and allied sciences, or just use other search engines like Google and use Google Scholar, not simply Google. We discuss it also. Dear learners, we have reached at the end of this module. Let me summarize this module for you. Literature review. Literature review is a systematic compilation and organization of critical study of body of knowledge of related field of research. It is the foundation of a successful research. It allows exploring the missing link, exploring the rationale, ensuring the novelty, identifying the problem definition, and laying down the aims and objectives of the research. Literature review is a 5-step process. Starts with planning. Planning must be done carefully. The length and breadth of the literature review must be identified in advance. A tentative outline in good tune with the supervisor must be drawn, and the quality material to be searched, the strategy to analyze the things must be planned in this stage only. What to search, how to search, where to search, you will plan in this stage only. After planning, there comes searching. The searching, what searching? Quality searching. Search the quality material, quality contents. The sources may be primary, secondary, tertiary, or offline and online. But the most important source is your supervisor. And it is the basis of experience survey. It is the experience which is the most important source of information. Then you must know the basics of offline and online survey. Online literature review. Online literature review saves your time and improves your effectiveness in compiling and organizing the body of knowledge. In the next module, we will cover the further steps of literature review.